Alright, I think I do the claps when Tom's not here.
No, okay, well, I'll do the intro.
Alright, I'll do the clap, you do the intro,
Okay,
right?
perfect.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I think that was good enough.
Was it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Men's Restroom podcast today. I, Jasper O'Brien, am joined by Wilson, Lucas, and Michael. Tom and Morgs are absent for this episode, unfortunately. But today, featuring with us today is a very special guest, John. Say hello, buddy.
G'day everybody, my name's John, as Jasper just introduced me.
Good job, Jasper.
Perfect.
Hi, John.
Beautiful.
Good.
Awesome sauce, John. Now, John, I just want to know, just really quickly, John, how do we know you? Because I do not know you
You
at
only know
all.
Will,
Okay.
really.
Yeah, I only know Will. Okay, so I met Will on a meme page. I think it was the Sped Shed before it got taken down.
Oh, that was one
Yeah.
of
That was
the
such a
best
good
meme
meme
accounts.
page.
Probably
Yeah,
the best one, honestly.
it was.
It
Yeah.
was.
It's a great meme purge of 2019. Sorry, continue.
No, and then I just met him, I think in the comment section, and then
Yeah,
I just
'cause-
added him.
You said like
And
I
then-
live in Perth.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
live there too. And I just sent him memes.
Love at first sight.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a interesting story. I like it.
Oh my
Oh.
god. And-
Okay,
Yeah.
but John, you're currently at uni,
Yeah.
and do you want to explain what you're studying at uni?
What am I studying? Okay, I'm studying
Yeah.
a Bachelor of Science, majoring in physics at the moment.
Uh-huh.
I
So you're
was doing a
intelligent.
double major in physics and Japanese, but I dropped Japanese because it was a waste of time.
Oh, damn.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Japanese is kind of difficult.
Yeah.
I did do Japanese a little bit.
John,
Yep.
how are you finding uni? Has there been any interesting stuff that's gone around while you've been in there?
What
anything
year- what
interesting?
year of
any
uni?
any cool events or?
I'm just in first year.
First year, okay.
And so I just finished my first semester about 2 weeks ago. Just finished my exams.
Yeah. Nice.
But I mean, the first 4 weeks of uni were cool. Like everything was like what you expect from uni.
Yeah.
But then, and then after that, when COVID hit, everything went
Oh,
online. It was just a pain in the neck.
Cranked it into overdrive and
I
shot
see.
some heroin too, and then boom. Life just gets
Boom
difficult.
shakalaka.
And,
Yeah.
Oh.
John, so
Yeah.
you would think yourself as quite a intelligent man, right? Doing
Uh,
physics at uni.
I'd say educated.
Probably more than
educated,
us.
Intelligent.
More than me.
No, I'm actually really fucking smart.
Who said that? Michael.
Michael.
Damn. Yeah. How
But-
many sciences do you do, Michael?
I actually, as a matter of fact, do 2 sciences.
Which one,
One
of
of them
those?
being biology,
Uh huh.
which is pretty bomb,
It is
and the
horrible.
other. Shut the fuck up, Jasper. It's horrible because you don't listen in class
Oh.
and you don't do what the teacher says and you have a little hissy fit all the time. I'm sick of it, Jasper. I'm completely sick of it. I'm sick of you. Stop talking.
You've been
That was
silenced.
10.
Holy shit.
So, biology, which is just great, Miss is a top-notch, top-quality,
It's Mr.
absolute
Gangster.
legend,
Mr. Gangster.
great
Sorry,
teacher.
we call him Mr. Gangster on the
Jasper.
podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Gangster. Do you have to bleep
Gangster.
out his name?
Yeah, I believe how
Yeah, we
his
probably
name's alright.
should.
Alright, sweet, we'll do that.
He's
And
too special. Yeah.
and I also do marine biology.
Ooh.
Oh.
I was
is
expecting like chemistry and
Oh,
physics as your
later.
science, but nah.
Nah, I did human bio, but I dropped it because it's fucking gay.
It is.
Yeah, human bio is big gay.
Yeah, I'm
it's
doing
not
it.
very fun.
Yeah.
Shut up, Lucas.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm joking. Keep talking.
Dude, I knew you were joking as well, so don't even play that. Don't do that shit, bro. Right, I knew. Alright, I'm watching
You're
you.
gonna make me cry.
Okay, so one of the
Yeah,
topics.
but,
Okay. One of the topics I wanted to bring up because about a month ago or so, I was talking to John about the new Space Force TV show on Netflix, and then we just got into the details
Mate.
of the actual Space Force in real life, and John had some good ideas, or some good ideas, just a good thought on what he likes about Space Force, what he doesn't like. And I was thinking we could get John, but also the rest of the boys' opinion on Space Force. What do you guys
I
think about
don't
Space Force?
actually know what that is in great detail.
Like the TV show or the
Okay.
actual Space Force?
Is that the
Donald Trump
Tesla?
was
Is that no,
president?
not the Tesla?
I mean like the physical Space Force, not the TV show.
Is that the Elon Musk thing?
Oh, the actual
No,
Space
that's-
Force.
Yeah, the actual Space Force.
Alright, John, since you're the physics man, I think you should start this off. Give your opinion
well,
on
I
it.
mean-
Wait, before we start, I'll quickly describe it off Wikipedia.
Oh yeah.
The
Yes, please.
United States Space Force (USSF) is a space warfare service branch of the U.S. Armed Forces, and is one of the 8 U.S. uniformed services.
So it's,
It
so it's
started
basically
in
the military for space.
Yeah, it started in
Yeah.
September 1st in 1982,
Oh, what the fuck?
but it was established as an independent military branch in December of last year, 2019.
Damn.
Okay,
What do
okay.
they do?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. There's not much going on in space.
What I got off the TV show, because the TV show's fake, but it does have real aspects. Is it sort of there to protect satellites?
Oh, okay. But what from? Just like enemies
Just other
bombing
countries
it, shooting it down.
or the aliens that are gonna come
Yeah.
next month.
All those
Yeah,
aliens, bro.
Oh, actually, that's a good thing. Before we keep going on with this topic, what are your opinions on aliens? Do you think aliens exist or not?
I reckon.
Yep.
I do.
100%.
Yeah, I reckon there's definitely another form of life in the.
But do you think? Oh, actually,
Space.
no. That's a bad. Do you think there will be like? Do you think there's aliens that are as intelligent as us, if not?
Potentially.
More
That's a good
intelligent.
question. Probably.
Because I think there would be like life outside of Earth, obviously, but
Yeah.
I don't know whether there would be like species or.
I mean, I
stuff
actually talked
outside.
about this to my mates recently. One of them was like convinced. He said that we just can't perceive them because they're on a different level to us.
Oh shit.
So like like everything we see, all our 5 senses: sight, touch,
Yeah.
smell,
Yeah.
scent, and hearing, and taste. We can't perceive them on our level, on our plane.
No.
But there's
So you're
multiple.
saying-
There's multiple planes or something. That's what my mate said, but I don't know. He's a really spiritual guy.
Oh shit.
But I just think that.
Same.
He watched like two
Go ahead.
seasons of Avatar: Last Airbender. Yeah.
Are you saying that we need a sixth sense or something in order to connect with these intelligent beings?
Yeah, because
These
he's had
creatures.
I've got something to say as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Interesting theory.
That is quite interesting.
I was saying that, like, my input to that is I reckon that, like, there's 100%, life outside of Earth because everything's so, like, random. There's no logical
Mm.
explanation for Earth being a thing.
Mm.
And because of that, there's no real proper reasonable argument to, like,
Deny aliens existing.
Yeah,
yeah, not even aliens,
And
just
it's-
anything.
it's
Like, any proposed statement
what is
about...
the Big Bang? It just what? Boom, poof, poof, bang.
Yeah.
Shake the room.
I can search that up right now.
Lizzo
What
hit
do
a
you do that?
meteor and then bam.
Your mum hit a meteor.
Oh, you are just. Oh.
Yeah. Look, yeah.
I really
yeah,
didn't
I don't know.
appreciate that at all. Appreciate. Sorry.
I did.
Sorry for all
Sorry,
you
man.
grammatical enthusiasts out there. And also, fuck you. That's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
yeah.
Jasper.
Jasper, you're.
No, the Big Bang. The Big Bang was a singularity. It's where it's just like out of nowhere all the.
Was it hydrogen?
No. It wasn't. It was before that even. It was the 6 basic quarks: up, down, top, bottom,
Oh, yeah.
and strange and charm.
Oh.
I learned this in physics in year 12.
Mm.
They were created, and then they created the elemental particles, which are the neutrons, protons, and
Yeah.
electrons.
How are those quarks? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, they're called quarks.
They're kind of quirky, though.
How are they created?
That's the thing. We don't know. They're the fundamental particles, like the absolute fundamental particles. But according to string theory, string theory is the theory that everything is a frequency. Everything is just like has a certain frequency, and then so that the different quarks have different frequencies, and when they combine together, they create different
New ones?
elemental particles.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm getting you.
How does that frequency string theory apply to humans?
How does it apply to humans? String theory was originally, from what I remember, it was originally conceived because gravity could not be added to any of the equations.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
The gravitron, the gravitron is the So there's four basic. They're called bosons. I'm pretty sure gauge bosons. They're the force particles inside an atom.
Yep.
Okay.
And so you have the strong force, the weak force, the electromagnetic force, and the gravitational force.
Yeah.
And the gravitational force is so weak that you can't detect it. That's why, I mean, the size of the Earth. Look how big it is, and look how small how weak the force of gravity is already, compared to how strong electromagnetic waves are and stuff.
Oh yeah. Shit.
That's actually
Yeah, I
hella
didn't
interesting.
understand any of that.
This is already like, how far are we into this? Like 10 minutes. It's already like the most intelligent podcast
Huge
episode
brain
we'll
moments.
ever have. Yeah.
We had a very gender accepting episode, you could say.
The unisex
Yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah, unisex bathroom. We should say that. And now we have the big brain bathroom.
The big brain bath.
Because usually we talk about like,
Morgan's poo.
yeah, usually we just talk about like shits, memes, certain political theories and issues. But you know, that's boring. Poo,
That is boring.
memes, and women's rights. Yeah. So this has taken a turn for, I don't know, the better.
The better, yeah, I'd say.
I don't know.
I find it to be a bit ironic that it being a big brain episode, I don't know why me and Michael are on here, to be quite honest.
Well, actually,
Because
Jasper,
we were low on people.
believe it or not, buddy,
Oh shit.
I happen to be extremely handsome, intelligent. Did I already say
Yeah,
handsome?
no, but do you have big
Yeah.
balls?
Well, that's a hard one.
Because I know
That's
Jasper
a tough
does.
one. I think I have. You
You didn't have to answer the question, by the way. It was
I
just.
think I have
no,
pretty nice balls.
Okay. All right. That.
Michael, it's about I don't know, 40%.
What was that? Was that
40.
Morgan
Morgan just joined for a second and
and
then left.
Yeah.
I think he may be able to. I'll message Morgan now.
Okay. yeah.
Jasper,
All
why
right.
is
No,
it
but
40?
we're still talking. And you know what we're going to talk about now?
What?
What?
So,
This isn't so much science, but perhaps, how do I say it? Not theology, but like heaven and hell, religious stuff, like
Philosophy.
yeah, philosophy,
Okay.
if you will. So obviously,
yep.
there's like how the earth was created, but do you reckon that maybe there was a divine entity that willed it into existence?
I'm not atheist. I'm agnostic. So
Oh yeah, that's fair.
so that means that
You're
You need
open to it.
evidence.
I won't.
but you need
I
evidence.
won't believe it until I see the evidence for
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
like a
yeah.
lot of people are agnostic, because well, I mean technically everyone's agnostic in a way, but I guess some
Yeah,
people have
because
seen stuff.
seeing is believing. You got to see something to believe it. I
Yeah.
think, at least. But then actually
Well, I
no,
mean,
because that is
not just
actually that's
seeing.
pretty contradicting.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Because
I
like
don't
I
know.
mean, I'm a physicist and I believe in atoms and shit. Even though I haven't
Exactly.
seen
Yeah.
them
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first
you
time.
can't
see
see
them. Yeah,
atoms.
that's what I was.
Oh well, yeah, I say that.
But like from our scientific deduction, if we have a proper research done that's proven and it's been peer reviewed by countless numbers of people, then I mean I would believe it. That
Yeah.
If there's a higher power out there.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough one really because just there's so much stuff that we haven't explored
Yeah.
yet.
I mean, there's all these
We have
books,
so much-
you know,
much
holy
to
books
explore, so
and
much to go and look
holy
at.
stories and so much
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But that was so
It's just-
long ago, and there's nothing to truly back it up now, which can really make some people, you know, think like, what the
I
hell?
don't know. That's a tough one. Like, do you think Jesus was an actual person?
I
Yeah,
think so.
no, he
yeah.
was. He was a real person. There was.
Yeah,
I
Jesus
feel like-
was real.
There was
I feel like-
actual stuff.
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, I feel like he was most definitely a person, but
Yeah.
like
you don't make a tomb for him.
I
if
don't
he's
know.
not
Did he
real.
perform miracles? That's what I'm a bit sus on. I don't. Yeah, I believe that there probably was a guy called Jesus,
Yeah.
and he probably made all those stories and stuff. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's the supposed son of God or
Apparently,
something.
Jesus was a real person just isn't just what was he actually the son of God, or was he
Yeah,
just
because you very
just a
well could
person.
have or couldn't
Just
have
a
been, or
well-known
was he
just a
person.
dude?
Well, what a lot of people don't know is that Jesus went out into the desert and meditated for 13 years doing nothing.
Really?
Yeah, according to my mate, the spiritual guy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I believe him. So
13 years.
I thought he went out
Yeah.
to the desert for 30 days or something.
He was
no,
that
it's
something to do
13
with
years.
Lent?
He came back after 13 years. Everyone thought he was dead.
I've
Like,
never
really?
heard that before.
When was this? How old was he when he
Yeah.
left? Because he died at like 30 something,
Yeah.
didn't he? Let me search
Yeah.
this up.
No, it's in the Book of Thomas. The Book of Thomas, or according to my mate again, I'm not sure if it's real.
Yeah.
Was ripped out of
I'll get my Bible.
was ripped out of the King George V Bible because it gave too much power to the common people, and King George wanted all the power to himself.
Yeah, okay. Wait, so did Jesus... Wait, so Jesus... You're saying that Jesus went out and meditated in a desert for 13 years?
For 13 years, and he came back like super powerful or something. So I don't
Wait,
know.
Jesus
what was the name of the testament?
The Book of Thomas
The Book of Thomas.
The Book of-
Yeah,
doesn't have an author
Thomas,
apparently.
okay.
But it's
exactly.
attributed to him.
Oh, wait. I just searched this up.
Yeah?
I searched this up on Google. I said, did Jesus meditate in a desert for 13 years? Because I'm a bit skeptical. And it came up with people also ask, where did Jesus go for 18 years? And apparently there's 18 unknown years. So it says, while Christian tradition suggests that Jesus simply lived in Galilee during that period, modern scholarship holds that there is little historical information to determine what happened during those years. So he might have like gone to the desert, maybe. I don't know.
This is
That's weird.
But you see, like, we don't know. We just
Exactly.
simply don't know, and there's no way to know, really.
I'm not I'm religious, but I'm not too
Yeah.
religious.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, but I reckon if religion's what people believe in, that gets them through life and gives them
Oh,
a reason
religion's
to be happy.
important.
I
It is
think
super
religion's just
important.
an
I honestly think it's-
excuse. I think religion is just like, I don't know, it's just a thing to be like, because everyone fears death, because death is inevitable.
Yeah.
I think religion's just a sort of thing for
this
people
is-
to kind of,
This is basic psychology, but religion was originally created to substitute for science because
Yeah,
no one knew
yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
what was
understanding.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no one knew about evolution, so they believed that Adam and Eve were the first
Humans and
men
then
and women
yeah.
to walk the earth.
and then incest
Yeah.
and then sorry, keep going. Oh my god.
shut up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, that's very true.
Here's another thing. I thought about this a while ago. Would you want to, like, if you think about it, would you want to live forever?
No.
That's what I was thinking
No.
about. Because,
No.
like, we're, like, humans, or, like, you know, we've been made so, like, there's always time. Like, time is constant and everything.
Yeah.
And everything that we do, there's always a limit to, like, time and everything. So it's just, like, I guess it's, like, a concept that, like, we understand. Like, we understand that everything ends in time and all that crap.
Yeah.
But, like, eternity, you're like, it's just like it goes on forever. There's like no stopping. There's no limit or anything. So it's
Yeah.
so weird to grasp, and it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like there'd be like a point where you'd be going on for so long.
If
that
you-
just
I guess
want
we're
it
not
to
supposed
end,
to
you know?
grasp it.
Or like, would you just completely forget about the concept of time? I don't know.
If you
It's
couldn't
just
die.
confusing me.
if you live forever.
Yeah, if you live for eternity.
You would. Because if you never died, you would get to the stage where the Earth would explode or whatever. And
Yeah, no,
the
I'm
Earth would
talking
break
about
to
I'm talking
shreds.
about if you did die, but you went to heaven and lived forever.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, as in an afterlife.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
But it's forever.
I don't know.
I feel like you always like. I don't know. I feel like there's a need for an end.
Oh, yeah, no,
I feel
you're
like there's
right,
a
that's
need for it just
crazy.
to stop.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Because forever, like, I don't know, man. It's
I
just.
feel like once we die, we all have like this ridiculous epiphany or like this like huge realization of what our life's like purpose is, and then we just go like, oh, that's what that was all for. And then you die. Like it just fits into place with something.
Yeah, I feel like when you die, it's just peaceful. I feel like you'd be at peace.
Oh yeah, you'd hope so. Especially if it's
Yeah.
old age. Yeah.
Oh, not even that. I feel like if you're in the moment of death, it'd just be a
Well,
peaceful
yeah,
thing.
I mean, when
Yeah.
you die, or people that have had near-death experiences or have been revived from death, they
Yeah.
most of them
Yeah.
see like them going to heaven or some shit, but it's not
Yeah.
big.
That is so.
Yeah,
Isn't that something to
it's
do with
DMT
chemicals in
is
their brain?
released in your brain when you die, when your heart stops, and DMT is the it's
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's called the spiritual drug. Joe Rogan talks about it all the time. It's a chemical.
Oh,
Yeah,
good old
yeah. I
Joey.
remember one of my mates telling me
It's a
this.
it's a psychedelic
it
drug.
was Tom.
And like it releases and it makes you dream of like a higher power and stuff.
Doesn't it also
That's
release like a
crazy.
shit
Holy
ton?
shit.
Like a
Yeah,
lot of
near
DMT?
death releases probably like all the DMT stored up in your body. Pretty much, it would release. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
that's-
yeah. I heard there was a thing that was this yesterday or something? Something on the use of psychedelics or LSD. I heard that if there's like a certain dosage, where I think it's 5 grams.
5 milligrams. It would be 5
Yeah,
milligrams.
yeah.
wouldn't
I
be
think it's
5
5
grams.
gram. Yeah, 5 milligrams. Sorry, not 5 grams. 5 milligrams, which is a shit ton. Apparently, that releases like some sort of spiritual awakening, and it can completely change your personality as a person. I'd like heard it. I'll search it up. It's like really weird. But like,
Damn.
basically, if you take that dosage, there's like a extremely high chance that you've just completely changed your personality.
Like a
And apparently
spirit.
a lot of people that hate their lives or just hate who they are as a person, do that, and just like in like the hopes of just changing for the better. But you can change for the worst,
Ooh.
obviously.
Does it work?
So I think it's like, yeah, it does. It's weird. It's really weird. But it's really risky as well. It's basically just rolling a dice. It's 50-50.
Ooh.
Whether you go to shit or you go
Those are
like
kind of weird odds, man.
change for the better.
If I were a
I
betting
know.
man, I'd probably take it. I'm a shit better man. Wait, what? That didn't even make sense. What? Oh, that was terrible. I'm so sorry.
It's alright, man.
Dude, forgive me.
I forgive you.
Oh my god.
But like, yeah, I feel like a near-death experience because, like you said, all the DMT being released. I feel like it'd be peaceful.
Yeah.
It'd
But
just be very peaceful,
sometimes
just be
DMT
content.
fucking backfires. Like there's been like stories of like people that take DMT and like the demons come and suck their soul out of their body.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's another aspect of it. You know.
Like sleep paralysis is.
Oh, that I've
is,
never want to have that.
Yeah, me neither. I mean the easiest way to have
I've had it
easiest way to
once.
have sleep. The easiest way to have sleep paralysis is actually to sleep on your back.
Oh, I sleep on my front.
I sleep on my side. So
Same.
Yeah.
Isn't it like when you cross your legs or something and you like cut off, or like kind of cut off your blood flow a little bit?
I don't know. But according to my spiritual mate, sleep paralysis is like the border between waking consciousness and spiritual consciousness.
That would
Oh,
make
really?
sense. Yeah.
So yeah, because he's had sleep paralysis when he was 14, and he shit his pants. He had like a sleep paralysis demon,
yeah.
and ever since then he's been chasing after the spirituality. I mean, I'm not.
Wait, so this like changed his life?
Yeah, pretty much. Because
Wow.
I mean, if a demon tried to steal the soul out of your body when you had sleep paralysis when you're like 14, you would be scarred for life. You'd be wanting to chase after it your whole life.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just-
yeah.
So it's kind of like mentally scarred him in a way.
Or it's changed. I wouldn't say it's scarred him. I think it's changed him.
Change.
Yeah. I do know. There's a guy at
So,
school that had it. It's,
I've had like I don't know. I feel like I think I had something similar to it in when I was probably like 9, 10. I feel like I had something that was. I'm not sure if it was sleep paralysis, but it was quite.
It could have
was
just been a
quite
nightmare.
similar.
I've never really had nightmares, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't.
I don't even sleep that much.
That's kind of
No, wait,
impressive.
A friend of the podcast, Tom Rea, he's had sleep paralysis.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, and like a few weeks ago, when we had the D&D
Yeah.
sleepover, he sort of talked about what it was like, and he said it was when he was down south.
Yeah.
He woke up, and do you guys know the Russian sleep
Oh,
experiment?
Jesus Christ.
Oh
Do you-
yeah,
do
that would be.
Yeah,
started.
you know
fucking
that like
terrifying.
demon. Oh,
The
not
Russian
the
or
demon,
the
like
Germans?
yeah, like that demon
disguised
looking
That
the
monster.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that body. He said it was like 5 foot tall.
Oh, that's really.
Oh no, I mean that's 7 foot tall. 7 foot
That's
tall. Sorry.
actually really scary.
Yeah.
And he said, Tom said he watched a video on it, and what you do is you close your eyes,
Yeah.
and that sort of makes your mind not think about it. I'm not sure exactly
Yeah.
what it does.
I watched a video about it as well. Like, cause like after my mate told me about it, I got shit my pants, bro. I didn't want to have it.
Yeah.
So like, so like you just I mean, if you close your eyes, nothing can hurt you. You can still hear shit, but like if you know that
It's not real.
it's all in your it's all in your mind, and you just close your eyes, then it just goes away, and you fall asleep.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's good.
I feel like I don't know. I don't think sleep paralysis would be too bad, honestly.
Oh,
No, cause no, it'll be fucking.
It will
'cause-
fuck with you. It'll fuck with you like mentally, but I don't know.
Yeah, but
If you try and think about it logically, and you're like, it's fine. It's not an actual thing.
Oh yeah, but you're not going to be thinking straight. You are going to be.
Yeah.
just in shock.
You'll be terrified. Yeah, you'll be surprised. I don't know. I don't
But
know.
you can't even move your body though.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
going to be
worst thing about it.
paralyzed.
Yeah. So this is the thing. This is why I'm confused to whether or not I had sleep paralysis.
Yes, same. Because I feel like I've
Because,
had it on like a minor kind of level.
I'll talk about this thing. I'll talk about this experience I had that I don't know whether it was, but it was kind of similar. So I remember I had this dream when I was like 9 or 10, right? And my mum. So for some reason I was in the car with my mum. And this is when I was really little, she drove me down to the primary school. Will, you know the place where the pre-primary place is? You know the car park near that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she drove us down to that car park and like parked it. And she left out of the vehicle and everything, and all my other brothers did. And then all the doors were open in my car, and I had my seatbelt on, and I just didn't leave for some reason. I was just looking around. And then while that was happening, I for some reason, I don't know why, but a bus comes into the car park as well, and there's just this creepy ass looking fucking dude that's driving the bus. He's like really long, slender. He's like dark skin, and he's just like wearing a suit. It's fucking like it's so creepy, and he's got wide eyes, and he's driving the bus, and the whole time while coming closer to me, he's smiling, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? So he stops the bus next to the what are they called? Just the car park next to mine.
Yeah, the bay.
And then the bay. And he just like turns his head really slowly and fucking looks at me. And I'm like, holy shit, I got to leave. And I'm thinking this in my head, and I'm trying to move, but I can't physically move
That's
at
got to
all.
be a dream then, right?
And no, this is while it's dreaming, right? But here's the fucked up bit. The guy starts coming out of the bus and walking towards me, and while that happens, I'm kind of in a state where it's a dream, but at the same time, I'm sensing that he's walking towards me in my actual fucking room. And the thing is, right, I'm trying to move, like I'm trying to physically move, and I can hear this guy walking towards me while also seeing him visually in the dream, and he comes closer and closer, brings out his fucking hand. I'm trying to at this point I'm like trying so hard to escape. He gets his fucking hand over my face. I can't move at all. And then he just a snap, and he like snaps it, and then I wake up, and my whole head has been fucking jotted to the side. It's just like went all the way to the side, and I thought I like snapped my neck. And that was the thing. I woke up after that, and I couldn't move, and I was trying to move before, and it was kind of like semi-dreaming, semi-not. So I don't know whether it was sleep paralysis or not, but that was like my experience.
No, sleep paralysis is where you sort of
Yeah,
wake
well,
up
like you
and
can
see
actually,
them in
yeah,
your room.
yeah, that's the weird thing. I could hear him. I could hear him in my room. Couldn't see him though,
After you
because
woke
I was
up.
no. I could hear him while I was like in the room, sort of, and I had like kind of the state where he was kind of in the room, but at the same time I was still dreaming.
So you were sort of half dreaming, were you?
Yeah, it was half dreaming. I was aware.
So
I was aware of my surroundings. I was aware that I was in my room and my surroundings, but at the same time, I was visually dreaming that was happening. But I could
Oh, yeah,
also
I've had
hear and everything that he was coming to me. So I don't know.
I know I've got goosebumps.
I'd just say it was a nightmare.
Yeah. I couldn't move. I don't know. I think it was just a nightmare, but it was weird. That's the closest I think I've come to sleep paralysis.
Yeah, or something spiritual, if you will. Because that is just... Whew. Like, dude, I've got
It's
good
fun.
knowledge now, bro.
It's fun, yeah.
If I have if I have a sleep paralysis moment tonight, I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to be
I'm
blaming
not
John
gonna.
for this one. Honestly,
Oh,
I'm
I sleep on my side though, so I think.
dude,
I'm.
Yeah, just sleep on your side and close your eyes for the whole night. That's
Just
it.
drink some
Easy.
warm
Yeah, top
milk.
tips.
That's how I
Have a
normally
little bit of
sleep.
honey. Eat a banana.
And if you, I guess if you do feel like you have sleep paralysis, try just making a fist or like opening up your hand. And
Yeah,
if you
Tom
can't,
said
then
move your
and
feet.
if you can't, then just close your eyes and nothing will hurt you.
That's good. Oh, well, you see, I have a bit of a one-up on everyone here, probably.
Just-
So on my door, I have a Greek,
Oh yeah,
a
I knew it.
mati, right? Now these little blue-eyed things, I don't know what the material is, but it looks like a blue eye. You've seen them all over the place, and they're over in Greece as well.
I think it's like a
And-
opal.
Well, you might be right on that one. But basically their role is, I think, it's to ward off evil spirits. Right?
I've got a dream catcher, so
Oh yeah, that probably works too. Yeah.
it was the same dream catcher talked about in the first episode of the podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Indian Dreamcatcher. But if the mati
Yeah.
breaks, I think it's good luck, but then you don't have something looking over you for evil spirits.
That's not good luck.
Yeah, no, but it like gives you good look, man. It's spiritual. Alright, you wouldn't
Greeks
get
have
it. Okay.
Greeks have a weird thought on good luck.
Greeks are weird.
I
It
wouldn't.
just hangs on my door and looks at me, and I feel so happy knowing that I'm being watched.
I respect it.
Yeah. I also gave it to Jasper once when he was really scared. No. Okay.
Aw,
Okay,
that's
look, if
cute.
you want to understand the relevance between Jasper and I and the Mutty,
Go to
episode 1.
4. Oh, 1.
No,
No,
yeah,
it's not
1.
4, it's 1.
Episode
Yeah,
1,
it's 1.
to
Yeah,
where it all
episode
began,
1.
and it details our really... That was actually really scary. That was just freaky, bro.
My crush in like year 4 and 5 and 6 actually gave me
Oh,
one of
that's
those.
cute.
Really? A Mutty?
Yeah, but I lost it.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Was it a good one, or was it just like a cheap one?
It was from, they got it from like Turkey, so I don't know about the whole,
Oh no, Turkey's chill.
I don't know.
Wait,
but-
she got you something from Turkey?
Yeah, she said it was the same deal as in like it gives you protection
They probably stole it
and
from
wards
the Greeks.
off. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, why'd you
but
not claim that girl?
Why'd you not fuck my mom? I don't know. Like.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I ran and got some topics, or like
Oh.
a topic, because I have a question for John, and I'm not sure. I'm either going to sound like decently big brain or really, really dumb. But
Alright, we like
I
those
want
odds.
to know. I want to know what philosophy of existence you believe in.
Oh shit.
Like
As in...
what is our purpose in life? Like that?
No, it's as in like.
What philosophies are there? That's the I can't remember
there's-
their names.
Do you want to read?
Well, like
me to read them
existential.
all
Yeah,
out?
give me a recap. Give me a recap
Okay,
on all of
alright.
these.
I studied this for my RE exam, but it wasn't in there, so.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I didn't study for it. That's why I
So-
don't know it.
the first one is called hedonism,
Yeah,
and
hedonism.
as pleasure is the main purpose of life, anything that gives immediate gratification is good.
I like that.
No, agnosticism and atheism and all of that is also a philosophy of existence, though.
Yeah, but let's just do these
yeah,
ones. Let's just do these ones.
Yeah, I feel like that one's a bit self-centered, but anyway.
Yeah, true.
The next one is nihilism, and that's as life has no meaning, nothing the individual does will make a difference. I like that
Yeah.
because that's facts. That's
What,
like
the feeling that you're
hard
just
facts.
worthless?
No, the feeling that you're like ridiculously insignificant in terms of
Yeah, so you're
in
worthless.
relation to the universe. So.
In relation to what's actually but I don't believe that's true.
So if I go and like shoot up a school, like it's obviously going to have a impact on society.
It's going to have
but
an
not
impact
gonna-
on that school, but here's the thing, Jasper.
But
What
it's not
about
gonna
all the
impact, like,
all the
the whole
developments we've had
universe.
on science?
Mm.
What about all of that? What about everything that we've discovered and all the achievements we've made? What about like all of that and the fact that we're just exploring and learning more about this universe?
But look, think about
Wouldn't
this.
that have a
How
purpose? Wouldn't
big
that have
is the
meaning?
universe?
The universe is infinite, but
Yeah.
here's the thing: we've still come up with theories and we've still learnt stuff, and it's
Yeah.
significant in the way that we're learning more about the world. So
Oh,
I
here's-
don't think
something
people are
I-
insignificant. Well,
Yeah.
I'd say a singular person is insignificant, but people as a whole are not insignificant because they come up with stuff.
Yeah,
they create
that's fair.
things.
That's fair.
In terms of advancements,
So I don't think
Just
I'd. Yeah,
intelligence.
in terms of advancements for us, and humans are the most important thing in the out of everything.
in the universe,
Because
for
we are
us,
humans.
we're the most important,
No, exactly, because we are humans,
and we don't know
and
anything
therefore
else.
we've had advancements and we've done stuff. So I don't know. I don't think we're worthless.
Yo,
We're
can
insignificant.
It's really interesting, actually. Yeah.
can I picture something? And I thought of this a bit of a while ago, but so you know how Michael, you said that the universe is infinite, right?
Yeah.
So being infinite, there's obviously going to be like infinite planets and
Mhm.
societies
Suns,
and stuff
Milky
like that.
Ways.
Well,
So
I don't know.
that means
Okay, I don't think the universe is infinite, but it's pretty fucking
infinitely
big.
expanding.
yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
it constantly
so
expands.
John,
There's a finite amount of matter in the universe currently from the Big Bang.
yeah.
Mm.
So it's expanding, but like everything between them is getting further apart. It's called Hubble's law.
Oh,
So
it's a
the
law.
universe,
Okay. Wait, so the more the universe is
Hubble's law.
expanding, the further apart the galaxies and everything are getting.
yeah. So the universe is expanding at an increasingly high rate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And has
So, I mean-
has that rate been consistent throughout? Has it been like a constant rate, or has
yeah,
it fluctuated?
It's Hubble's constant. Hold on, let me search it up. Wait, I did it in high school.
Okay.
Because I did hear that like the universe expands by like a football field every second or something. But that was a
Really?
long time ago. I'm not sure if that's true. It's probably not.
The Hubble constant is 46,000 miles per hour per million light years, which is 67.4 kilometers per second per megaparsec.
Holy shit.
Oh my-
So the
holy
universe is growing 64 kilometers per second.
Per megaparsec. So the further you are out, the further you are away from our point of reference, which is Earth,
Yeah.
the faster you will be traveling away from Earth.
Wow.
It's so
Oh,
Hubble's law is that the further a galaxy or just a body, a celestial body is away from the point of reference, the faster it'll be retreating or like going away.
Because there's more space.
Okay, yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
between
yeah, yeah,
to
I understand.
split
Yeah,
apart, or
okay.
move apart. Oh,
Yeah, I get it.
That's
Okay.
going back to what I was saying, with the whole infinite planets is like I don't get it because if it's an infinite universe, then am I right in saying that there's like every chance that there's another planet almost identical to ours?
Yeah,
That's
You're
what's being said.
100% true on that.
we don't want to get into
But-
parallel universes, but yeah.
The thing
You're
is,
probably right.
Jasper.
Well,
Even if there was a planet almost identical towards ours, would there be species that are similar or identical to us?
Well, I mean, there's
That's the
every
thing.
chance.
Well,
And
probably
also, like,
not.
but
Like,
then here's the
literally
thing as
every
well. Here's the
chance.
thing as well. We've changed our planet so much from what it was before. Like, as humans, what we've
Yeah.
done, we've like fucked up our planet. So like, would their planet be fucked up as well? I don't know.
if there's
There are
life.
now
would it be like,
infinite
you know?
Obamas.
Well, that's the Fermi
that-
paradox.
The
That
Fermi-
depends
oh,
on like, that depends on like whether they had the same like, I don't know, like people like us, I guess, or like
John, explain the paradox.
creatures
Mhm.
like us.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, hold on. It's either the Fermi paradox or the great filters. So it means the great filter. Why alien life would be our doom. It's by Kurzgesagt. It's pretty good.
Sounds appealing.
So it means that if there are alien lives, like if there are aliens out there, that
Yeah.
means that we haven't passed the great filter of life. So the filters are creating DNA.
yeah.
So like the chances of creating DNA are very low,
Yeah, yeah.
and then the chance of joining DNA to create cells is also very low. And then it's just all of evolution. Each
Yeah.
and every step of evolution has a filter attached to it.
Yeah.
So like if we've passed those filters already, then we have a higher chance of living to become a galactical empire or some shit like that.
Damn.
Wait,
Galactical
so he believes-
civilization. But if there's alien life out there, then that means that the filter is in front of us. That means that we'd either... If the filter's in front of us, that means that we will... The chances of us getting through that filter are very slim.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh. Holy shit.
Oh my
Fuck,
God.
that's
So-
weird. That's weird. I
So,
finally.
like-
Oh,
So
Oh
like
my
one of our
God.
filters could be could
So
have
if
been
there is alien
nuclear,
life, we're
nuclear
fucked.
war in the Cold War. Remember the 1960s?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that was
nearly
close.
fucking
That was close.
nuked each other.
Yeah.
That would have been a filter. We
Oh,
probably
holy
just passed
shit.
it.
Wow.
It's a very philosophical thing. I'll link
Yeah,
it
whoa.
into the group chat
Oh, thank
for you
That's
guys.
sick.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
This
So
is-
if you're saying there's no alien life that's as developed as us or more developed, then there's a high chance
Higher
that
chance
we're
that
gonna
we
flourish
will
and become like a
bigger
basically.
civilization, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But if
okay.
there
I'll
is if
link
there is
this-
alien life similar to us, or superior, then the chance of that happening is slim.
Yeah, I'm gonna link this video John sent in the YouTube videos description.
Oh yeah, good on you.
So if you want to check that out, just
I'm not
click
gonna watch
down.
it now.
Those
I'll
are good
watch it
videos
after.
though. I think
Yeah, I'll
I've
watch
seen
it
a couple
after.
of those.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
I
That's
have
such a cool.
question.
That's such a cool. What would this be called? Did you say
episode.
paradox? It's a paradox.
No, the paradox is the Fermi paradox, which is... You want me to explain that?
If you want.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
It's to do with alien life as well. So the Fermi paradox is, I think there's 3 different ones.
Mhm.
So number 1 is that there is alien life out there, but we haven't found out, which is
Yep. That's
the
highly
most
likely.
accepted,
Yeah.
the most
Most
accepted
accepted.
thing that we've
Yeah.
had so far. Number 2 is that we are the most advanced civilization in the whole entire universe.
Which is
So
a
other
possibility.
people, so if you think about, I thought about this when I was actually young. I was like watching fucking alien movies. I was like, what if we're the most
Yeah,
advanced civilization
I think
and
about
like
that as well.
everything else is like cavemen or
Yeah,
like
exactly, like Neanderthal
animals.
sort of level and stuff.
Yeah, and then the other one is that there is alien life and they are extremely advanced, but and they found us, but they just don't want to deal with us because we're just too
They
insignificant.
found UFOs, didn't they?
Marvel movies.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
I don't know what that was.
They released sightings of
Yeah.
UFOs that they found.
Yeah, but a lot of that sighting's just complete bullshit.
You reckon?
Oh no, that was
Yes.
official.
I mean, like,
One of
The Pentagon officially.
Yeah, one of them
Did
was a fighter pilot, or actually an F-18 locking up a random object flying over the ocean.
yeah.
But it was traveling like super fast. It was traveling like Mach 3, but it's like at sea level though. So I'm not like that's pretty hard to do.
But you see, that could be real. And if if that's 100,
Yeah.
if that's 100% a UFO, then
Well, I mean, a UFO just means unidentified.
Yeah, that could be
unidentified
anything,
flying
yeah.
object.
it
Flying
doesn't have to be
object,
alien
yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah. So actually, it could have been just like a secret U.S. military
Thing.
aircraft,
Yeah, but the-
and
yeah, but
no one knows about it.
Area
Could be an
51.
animal.
The US released
Could
the
be an
video.
animal.
Why'd they keep it a secret if they're just gonna release a video?
yeah.
Shows
Because
it at work.
no, but I mean, there's also the reverse psychology. I mean, a lot of the world, especially Americans, are fucking retarded, dude.
Yeah.
They'll think it's like a UFO, and it would actually probably detract attention away from the fact that it's a US secret
Thing.
space thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Wacko. No offense to Will, of course, who is American.
Oh,
No, it's alright.
I already told him. I mean,
Yeah.
Will sent me a video of how people in the universities think that Trump is worse than Hitler.
Oh yeah,
God.
there's
Oh my
this.
God.
Yeah, there's this
What?
video. They go to this
Like-
leftist university, and they give them 5 images. And for one of the examples, it was Hitler, Stalin, Trump, Jesus, and Obama. For one of the students, they put down Jesus, Obama, Stalin, Hitler, Trump, and then
Yeah.
the guy
What, for, like,
said,
best to
"You
worst?
think?" yeah, best to us. And the guy said, so you think Hitler, who's killed 6 million Jews, is worse than Trump? And the girl said, did he actually do that?
Oh my
Oh
god, dude. What?
my.
And they asked her if they knew who Stalin was, and she said, "Who's that?"
Damn.
Yeah, it
Oh my
was.
God.
Dude,
It's because
Obama's better than
I
Jesus.
don't want to sound like an asshole, but it's because Americans are so self-absorbed and all they care
Some
about
of them.
is the well-being of their country.
Look, although
The people
Well,
they
no, their
ask.
government. Look, all they care about. It's like I was literally talking because I was hanging out with Zach today, and like his mum was in the car and everything, and they were talking about this guy, and I think his mum, she's Chilean, so they lived in Chile and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, they're Chile.
And she was talking about like how she hates George W. Bush, like both of the Bushes, because they did something to Chile. I believe that they had a really good president or something in Chile at the time that George W. Bush and stuff was around, and there was this guy called Pesci, I think that's his name, and he was the like head of the military in the Chile's like in Chile and everything. And George W. Bush, I think, was in charge of that guy and everything. And he made that guy become a dictator, pretty much. They raided the palace in Chile, executed the president, and
my
took
God.
total control over all of Chile. And that was all for the fact that Chile is rich in copper, and the Americans just wanted a lot of copper. So they made a dictator rule over all the Chilean people and kill millions of them for the sake of getting copper for America. And as soon as that guy died, I think they put in propaganda in Chile, and they said something about how Pesci protected them against getting taken over by communists or something. I don't know. It was something really stupid like that. So like half of Chile today believes that Pesci's a hero, and they all praise him.
You know.
So America's pretty fucked.
The
They
grind,
you know,
the grind never stop. You know.
just
like,
for copper, you know, just for a supply of copper, they destroyed, like killed millions of people and took over an entire country. I don't know. I feel like they're a bit fucked.
Chile
Yeah.
just got
But
spawn camped.
the Chilean president, I just searched it up in 1973. His name was Salvador Allende. He was
Oh,
a
yeah.
Marxist. Was that him?
Yeah. Was he the one that got executed by Pesci? Did
I'm
say
not
his
sure.
death?
It just said that he died in 1973.
So what's
But
his
that was
name?
before-
Salvador
That was before H.W. Bush. Allende.
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 Damn.
Let me search this up.
Hold on.
On September 11, 1973, Salvador Allende, president of Chile, died of self-inflicted gunshot wounds during a coup d'état led by Augustus Pinochet. Yeah, yep. So they said it was a suicide, but he got fucking,
Oh.
you know, he got executed.
That was,
Cause of death, gunshot. The Pesci guy was there. He was executed.
But George W. Bush and George H.W. was only in office until like the 90s.
No, I
Yeah.
think it was the wait. Well, let me search this up.
It might have been Richard Nixon, because Richard Nixon was in office around.
It
the
probably
70s.
was him.
Wasn't he around in the
She was
1960s?
just talking about how she hated Americans and how she hated
End of
them.
60s, start of 70s, pretty sure.
Yeah.
And when was when was that guy, what's his name? Alan.
Hold
Oh.
on.
Aloysius.
Let me go back. Salvador Allende.
Yeah, when was he around?
He was 1970 to 1973.
Okay, yeah, it probably was the other guy then.
Yeah, Nixon was 1969 to 1974. He was
Hmm.
impeached in 74.
Wait, I have a quick question.
Okay,
I have a quick
yeah,
question.
let's talk
Does
about that
anyone here know of Frina Fire?
Yeah, she just sent me a
No.
snap as well.
What does it say? Hi?
No, I don't. I'm not sure. Let me check.
I've never met this person in my life.
What's Frida
Yeah,
Fire's
yeah.
snap score?
She-
What's Frida?
She
She
said
just
hi,
said hi.
and I
Fires-
don't know if she's a bot or not.
What's her
What's her
snap
snap
score?
score?
The Snapchats. I got a bot one time.
Yeah, you get bots all the
I just
time.
wanna
They
block her,
basically just
honestly.
say, "Hey,
Yeah, I might
join."
just block
Yeah,
her.
yeah, just
Lucas,
block them.
paper scissors rock. Paper scissors rock for who blocks her and who, like, sees if it's a bot or not.
It's 100% a
Dude,
bot.
I'm blocking it.
What's her snap
Oh,
score?
well.
Or what's the
It's
the
like
thing's snap score?
1,800.
Yeah, it's a bot.
Yeah, that's definitely a bot.
Yo, that's like Jaren's snap score, and Jaren's not a bot.
Yeah, but Jaren doesn't
blocks.
use.
Jaren-
Consider it
Jaren
dawn.
could be a bot.
See a frail. Freya from God of War 4.
Freya from your mum.
Oh, that was really not necessary. Honestly, I
No.
didn't appreciate
know.
that in the slightest.
Come
I'm
on.
actually really sorry.
That was
That's
too
thank
far.
you. I appreciate that. If you died, I
Stinky
wouldn't care.
legs.
Okay, no, look. All right.
So
I didn't
wait,
say
what
that.
were
I
we
didn't say
talking about? Oh yeah, philosophies. Jasper, get back onto the philosophies. Can you explain?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
so
I
we
was
can
gonna
choose?
ask if we were actually gonna like ever come back to that.
that.
But
No, we got
alright.
we got 10 more minutes. Let's go.
Okay, don't. So, so the next one. So we did the one where life has no meaning and nothing the individual
Nihilism.
does makes.
And we did
different.
one
Yeah.
about
I think
immediate
Hitler was a nihilist.
gratification and pleasure, which I
The
don't
next
mind.
the next one is existentialism. I think this is the best one.
Is that where like your
that I
life
thought
has?
of, I think. All right, so
you're
it
just
is.
there?
As individuals are ultimately alone, isolated, and alienated from each other, only meaning in life is right now.
That's fair.
I don't really get that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's no. So it's basically saying you live for this a period of time, live in the present. That's all that matters now. The past and the future doesn't matter. That's what existentialism is.
Ooh.
Is that correct, Jasper? From what?
Yeah,
from-
I would
yeah.
say because the start of it.
It's
was like
basically
the-
saying, hey, care about when you're alive because that's all that matters because you're going to be
All
dead
right, that's
after that
silly
anyway.
in a sense, unless
Well,
you care
yeah.
for human beings in general.
I feel like it's also a bit like not self-centered,
Selfish?
but I don't know.
It's
'Cause
not-
it
Well,
says,
a
like-
lot,
I know what you
look,
mean.
a lot of these philosophies are self-centered because as human beings we're self-centered.
Because no, well, existentialism is basically saying all that's important is now. So I don't care if I,
The present.
mess up the earth, so that my future generations have to take care of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's basically what
that's the
it's
whole
saying.
point. It's about living in the present and doing the best that, or not. I don't know, not saying the best that you can, but just enjoying the present and not
Yeah.
dwelling on the past or future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which
I think
is
it also
kind of-
says like because individuals are ultimately alone. I guess that also says like there's no like jointed consciousness. So like you have like your own. I don't know, like
It's
In-
weird.
you're,
consciousness
you're an
and
individual.
that-
You're an individual. You have your own
Yeah.
thoughts and yeah, exactly. Yeah.
okay, yeah. All right, so the next one is Christian philosophy. So that's like
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Christian
fuck off.
life. That's
We get it. Move on.
yeah, and then the last one is secular humanism, which is
Oh,
as
humanism, that's a
meaning.
Which
That's
is
a good one.
basically believing in being nice to everyone like Christians, except
There's
not
no
believing in
God.
God. Is that basically it?
Nah, it's well, kind of. It's like as meaning is found only within human life, human reason is the only means of judging what's right and wrong.
Oh yeah.
I think
yeah.
Albert
so,
Einstein
Actually,
was a
really
humanist.
fucking dumb.
That doesn't sound too bad.
That's that's
Wait, say it again. What is it?
That's not
as-
dumb. That's
as
good.
meaning is found only within human life, human reason is the only means of judging what's right and wrong. Meaning isn't found only within human life. That's what?
Oh well, in terms of
No,
Yeah, but
humanism,
that's
So
what
they're
they
saying that-
believe.
What they're saying, I think, human. What say again? Human is something right and wrong.
Human
Yeah,
reason is
it's
the only means
judge
of
it. It's
judging
it's
what's right and
human
wrong.
conscience is the only route. Like, so if you killed someone, people know that killing is bad. It's just a thing that like people know instinctively.
That's
So
natural.
I
it's
get
saying,
that.
hey, like, don't kill that person, don't hit that person, because there's going to be a consequence. I think that's what humanism is. And like like maybe like if you
Natural
give that guy
instincts.
something, he will like you and he'll give you something back. Yeah, basically that.
yeah.
But at the same sense, some people have warped or like completely different perceptions on what's right and wrong.
That's moral
so
relativism.
someone might, yeah, exactly.
And I
someone
don't want
might
to
be
have
like,
to
hey,
define morality.
maybe killing
but
people isn't so
fair
bad.
enough.
So that would completely like that would make the whole point of like secular humanism. Like, just make it pointless, I guess.
But
Because
like,
you're still doing
yeah.
stuff that's
I don't
bad,
like
but
that
you
one.
think it's right. I don't like that one either.
yeah.
That's a pretty stupid one.
That's a dumb one.
I thought it was alright. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
those
don't
are the
think it's that
those are the
bad.
5.
Yeah.
So
Top 5.
what are they all called again? Just say what
Philosophies
they're
of
called.
existence.
Philosophies of existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Religion.
Yeah, but what's their names? What's their names?
Hedonism, nihilism, existentialism, Christian philosophy, and humanism. Secular humanism.
Yeah, okay.
And I guess
I think I'm a mixture between hedonism and secular humanism.
Nihilism's probably the most accurate, I'd say.
In
What,
Most of them-
Life
What-
life doesn't have a meaning.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
but that's depressing as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's accurate. The rest are all like kind of wishy-washy, and there's two parts to them, and one's right. And
I feel
one's
like
kind of
hedonism's not too bad.
I
It's
feel like
immediate
hedonism is probably
gratification
the
and
most
pleasure.
realistic.
Pleasure yourself.
But it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but then again, there's also like points where you can like.
Yeah, but let's say I don't want to pay my bills, right? Because that doesn't.
Yeah,
pleasure
exactly.
Me,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Problem
no,
with,
I think-
problem with
I think
modern
he-
society
yeah.
is that everything revolves around money, so you have to obey hedonism.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
this all ties into moral relativism that like everyone views things.
Yeah,
differently,
exactly.
which is-
Hedonism. You can be like, I could get immediate gratification for doing something very bad to someone else.
Yeah, but then like someone else that has different morals, because they grew up
Might be
differently
like,
and see
well,
things differently, would go,
actually-
I would never do that.
Yeah, exactly. They might be like, oh, I get immediate gratification off of helping others. I don't know, or maybe like, but I don't know. I feel like hedonism's just like a bit
It's self-centered.
a bit,
Basically.
yeah, a bit
Very.
brash. I think
I'd
it's a
say,
bit
like,
brash, because like you could do really bad things to someone and get immediate gratification from it.
But yeah, there's
But
two sides to the
I'm not gonna
story.
talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
Or you could do stuff that like have like it gives you immediate gratification, but in the long term or like in the future it has problems.
Yeah.
Like you there will be problems in the
Yeah.
future.
But
if
like
you
some
do it,
people,
I guess.
they draw happiness from helping others, you know, or maybe like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
comedians they're happy when they see people
Yeah.
laugh, you know, because that's what they're trying to do. That's what their job
They
is.
get they.
There's I'm sorry.
Would that be immediate gratification or long term gratification? Because that's their job.
Immediate.
I think really the two sides of the coin is that if you draw gratification from helping people, you're going to go further in life with that.
Yeah.
Probably in terms
would
of
that
for
be-
yourself
would
and
that-
being happy, right?
I feel like, but I feel like what hedonism is pointing at is stuff that gives you short term pleasure.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's very immediate,
as it's said.
and it
It
wouldn't.
is.
Yeah, it wouldn't last that
It's
long.
because
It's
like
kinda dumb.
to help others, it's a build up. You know, you get pleasure, you keep doing it, and then you get more and more pleasure, and then it becomes it builds up to become a good thing,
Yeah.
and you get a lot of pleasure from it. But I think that's a long term gratification. I don't think that's immediate
Yeah.
gratification.
And it's easy to help people compared to hurt because people want to be helped. A lot of people do want help, and they want assistance with
Yeah.
little things, big things, everything. But no one wants to get hurt. No one
Yeah,
wants
no one
bad things to
Yeah.
happen to them.
Well, unless they're really depressed.
Yeah, true.
To be honest, I'd probably argue that pleasure isn't the main purpose of life. Or
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not. It's not. Because what about that? What was that experiment to do with like rats or some shit? The guy,
yeah.
hooks them up in the thing, and he gave the rat a wheel to like race on, food, water, and then he had this thing attached to its brain. If the rat pressed this button or something,
Oh, that.
it set off and gave it like
Dopamine.
what's the dopamine, and it basically it's basically just giving it
Like
lots of
serotonin.
dopamine, and the rat just kept pressing on the button and completely ignored the food and water and the running around, the exercise, and due to that he just died. So I feel like hedonism is kind of like similar in the way that like you get immediate gratification for something,
But then it
if
affects
that's
you in
all
other ways.
if that's all you care about, and if that's all you're gonna do, you
Yeah.
will, you're gonna live a shitty life and you're gonna die.
Michael.
Like, sure, you're gonna have pleasure and everything, but
because
I don't
it's
know.
like if there's no other, I don't know, emotion, I guess, than pleasure.
Like if you're just like, let's just say
can
like
you-
you're a crackhead and you just
You-
do like meth all the time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if there was no struggle in the world?
Your life
today,
is
if
shit.
Anything was like,
But you do get
Easy.
immediate
Completely
gratification once you take the drug. That is. So
There's
like,
a-
I don't know.
By the way, Michael,
Yeah,
that was
there's
the
a
best analogy I've ever seen of a situation. That was actually spot on,
Yeah.
I have to say. You have,
Well,
wow,
Yeah,
that was
because
really good.
for the immediate gratification, they're neglecting other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because like that's the thing. That's the thing with people. Like the people that do stuff like that, they neglect other things that are important, like family, friends, their hobbies. They waste that all
And
away.
really,
just for
that's
that
what
one,
defines a person.
that immediate gratification, and that ruins. In the end, that ruins the relationships. They lose their relationships. They lose all their like motivation and
Everything goes to
everything
shit.
that they had before, and it goes to shit. Exactly.
And what can they
But
do?
they're still getting
Nothing.
immediate gratification.
Yeah.
There's
So-
in the end run, they don't make a profit of pleasure.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So hedonism,
is a-
no, unless you like
No.
help people and
It's
yeah.
dumb. It's dumb.
But generally,
Yeah.
it's like communism. In theory, it's good, but no, it's really not gonna
it's
work.
bad. Yeah.
that's my view on it. Is that there's none
But
here that
I'm
actually.
I'm not gonna say it's not like a bad thing to have immediate gratification every now and then.
Oh yeah.
But it's something that
shouldn't be a constant.
Shouldn't be. It's something that shouldn't be. What's the word? Oh, I can't remember it. It's something that shouldn't be like pursued constantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be
that's
like a commitment that you just always have to,
It should be like
have
an
pleasure.
every now and
It's
then.
like you know
sort
how
of
you really
thing.
like KFC, right? But like
Yeah.
it's not very good
It's
for you.
bad
right?
for you.
And so you're
Exactly,
like, I'll
yeah,
have
yeah.
it like once every
You need to
year.
have it. You need to have it in portions. As like
Yeah.
a celebration.
Have
and then,
everything in
and then that will
moderation.
help you appreciate it. That'll help you appreciate it more as
Yeah.
well because you're not abusing it either.
Yeah, and everything in moderation.
It's like Christmas.
That's just good. All right.
Yeah.
Not too
that's
much,
what
not
I
too
like.
little. It's good.
Yeah.
There's a film I like, and it's called Hector and the Search for Happiness, and it's got Simon Pegg in it. He's a psychologist, and he's he hasn't really been happy, and he hasn't been able to answer his patients' questions. So he goes on a trip around the world to discover what makes you happy, and he does a lot of things, and he has like a little notebook, and he writes down the tips he learns. It is a very good movie. I recommend watching
What's it called?
What's
And-
it called?
movie
What's it
called?
called again? Yeah.
Hector and the Search for Happiness.
Okay. I'll
And
watch
he
that.
like goes to China, and he talks like the monks over there.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
And he like at the end he's hooked up to some brain
Analyzer.
something that measures the happiness or emotions in the brain, and he's given this news, and he sort of just reflects on the whole, like on what he's gone through.
He reflects.
He reflects and he just thinks, and like every emotion, happy, sad, and scared, they all pop in his mind. And it's just a very good film, and one of my favorite films. And whenever I finish watching the movie, I sort of feel different.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that's
you appreciate
a good way to end this episode.
Really?
being happy.
We're on an hour.
Yeah,
I
but we haven't
guess.
talked about all the
I
other
was
stuff.
thoroughly enjoying. I really enjoyed that actually.
So yeah, same. I had one more
That's a
question.
chill
I don't know if we've
podcast.
got time
Yeah.
for it though.
Chuck
Yeah,
that
put it in,
question
put
in.
it in, put it
All right. So, it's kind of it was relevant to something we talked about a while ago, but I forgot what that was. But I wanted to ask what your opinions on this statement is, because I reckon that humans have way overstepped their niche, and I kind of feel like
Yeah.
they're a bit
Well, what
like
is a
we've
human's
become
niche?
too or like more advanced than we were supposed to be.
Well, what,
you know what I mean?
Jasper,
Yeah.
what is a human's niche? I feel like a human's niche is to change the environment.
Well,
Which is what we
no,
do.
seeing as like everything's running completely fine before we.
Yeah, I feel
Literally
like humans
fucked
don't
it
have.
all up.
I feel like humans don't have a niche.
Well,
we don't,
true.
We don't have a
That's what
cement
yeah.
niche. We don't have like a
That's a
concrete
good point.
niche because, like, you know,
No,
a
because we
spider's
don't.
job
But
is
here's the thing: we
to
create our own ecosystems to suit us.
Yeah, but
So in a sense, we basically don't play a role at all in any ecosystem. We just take from the ecosystems for
yeah,
ourselves to help us.
yeah.
So in that sense, actually, if I think about it now, humans are basically a parasite.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, technically.
Humans are
Because
the
we
worst
don't have a
thing to happen
niche.
to this earth.
We don't have a niche. We don't help. We don't do anything good for the ecosystem. We take everything from the ecosystem to help us. And sure, like there's people that try and like reserve that and everything, and like make sure that it's still like the ecosystem's still going on and everything. But in a sense, we're just taking stuff
Yeah.
from
Like
the
sharks are
ecosystems
more
to help
important than
ourselves.
us.
Literally,
Uh,
like
Bees
yeah.
bees are more important than us.
Oh yeah, they
bees
definitely are.
underrated.
If bees die,
We're
so many
screwed, bro.
plants are gonna
What
be.
are we gonna
Yeah,
do?
exactly. We'll be
oi,
fucked.
I feel like oh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I feel
Like-
like pretty much most problems to do with the Earth are human related, if not all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Like literally,
Except
I can't
for,
think of
except
one
for maybe
problem.
like diseases and
world
plague.
problem.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
like Ebola. You know, that was
Yeah, that
was from a bat.
Yeah.
So.
But something we talked about in geography was at the start of the year, natural disasters and natural hazards. And natural hazards is something that could hurt someone. Like it could come through a village, a cyclone could come through a village and destroy the whole town. But if it doesn't, it's not a disaster. And a natural disaster is when it affects the economy, affects life.
Everything.
Yeah, affects everything. But if it's not that, it's just a natural hazard. And
So humans are a natural
the-
disaster.
Yeah, but the thing is, natural hazards are only defined if it could affect humans. So if there's a remote place and there's a tsunami that washes through, but no human lives there, it's not defined as a disaster. So
Oh, really?
Oh.
yeah, because even though this is all like bees dying, it's going to affect us, but there could be other things that are happening that just won't affect us. So it's not covered in the news. It's not really thought about
That's-
by scientists
that's
or anything
almost
because
like
it has
the,
no effect on us.
You know, if a tree falls in a forest and it makes a sound, did it really make a sound if no one was there?
Yeah, it's because we're self-absorbed.
Yeah.
It's because humans are self-absorbed. That's literally
Yeah.
that's all we've discovered today in this podcast. Is
Yeah,
that just we're all selfish?
humans are kind of dickheads.
Self-centered.
Yeah.
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 Let's go.
But some of them, some really cool ones, make podcasts that you should totally listen to. Listen to all of them, you get a chocolate bar. That's right. Free chocolate
Let's
bar.
go.
Let's
John,
go.
anything you want to put in? Any last little inputs?
No, I just want to thank you boys for having me over.
No,
and
thank you.
Too easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
John,
it's
Thank
a
you.
pleasure
if you want
having
to
you.
come back on the
Pleasure
podcast,
being
here.
come back on any
That was a
time.
really,
You
really
enlightened
interesting
us
episode.
this evening.
You're a very likable guy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that
Alright,
wraps it up
fellas.
for this episode.
Jasper.
Thank you so much for listening. And yeah, bye.
Until
Bye.
next week.
Bye.
Ciao.
Toodles.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
Oh, my recording's gonna stop now.